Hey, I'm Shannon with directcarpet.com, and today we're going to show you how to put in your underpad for your stair runner. Okay, when you place your order for your stair runner with directcarpet.com, you're going to get a stack of underpad with your order that will fit your stairs. It's already pre-cut. Let's show you how to go ahead and do that. We're going to do a landing as well. If you order a left turn landing from us, we're going to also supply you with the left turn or right turn landing pad. We'll get to that in a minute. But let's go down and we'll show you how to lay these guys out. So first things first is you're going to take your stack of pad and you're going to lay it out on your stairs. Right, those two are for up top. So basically it's going to look like this. So let's start at the bottom. Pull that one up a little bit. Okay, now we're not using tack strip with this. Usually the tack strip would be in this area. Okay, we are not wrapping the nose. Now you can wrap the nose if you like. We are not wrapping the nose today. So what we want to do is we want to line it up on the nose. The reason why we don't wrap the nose is because then the carpet sticks out and it's a little bit harder to hide this gap over here. So if you do it in the front, it's not as great for wear and tear. So how about this? This is better for wear and tear. This is better if it's open on one side or open on the other. If you have a closed set of stairs, feel free to wrap that nose and staple it along under there, okay? We're going to show you this method. Now, you have to center it with your tape measure, okay? So how we're going to center it is from the right side of the stringer to the left side of the spindle, right? So that's how we're going to center it. Let's see where we're at. So from the spindle, it's 7 inches to the pad. From the stringer, it's 7.5. So guess what? That's going to be about 7 1/4. So 7 1/4 from the stringer, 7 1/4 from the rail. So now that we have it centered and lined up, okay, we're going to push it nice and flush at the front. We're going to use this hammer stapler. Now you can use your electric gun stapler as well. You just want to make sure that you have enough staples in here so that when you roll your carpet up, it doesn't roll the underpad. So watch this. We're centered. Okay, all along the front. If you want to really stop this from curling, you can put a piece of tuck tape along the front here. Okay. So then at the back, how we're going to do it, we want you to take a good blade, good knife, and we want you to cut this 1 inch back. Not less, not more. Okay, because this is where you're going to countersink your carpet and staple into your wood. We're not using tack strip, so we want to make a gap. So I just use now you can pre-measure these and just pre-cut it before. This is how I've always done it. I'm going to use my hand as a guide, and I'm just going to wing it here. Watch this. I use my hand as a guide. I go all the way along. Dun, 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 dun. I'll pull out my piece of underpad, and voila. I've got 1 inch all the way along. That looks nice. If you want to clean it up, you can clean it up. It's great. And that's where we're going to staple into. And this is pretty much, and we're going to leave this loose. You don't need to staple that down. Now, this is going to be a 27-inch stair runner. If you ordered a 27 or whatever size you ordered, the underpad is going to be 1 inch shorter on each side. So this is a 25-inch piece of underpad. If your stair runner comes 29 inches and you check your underpad, make sure that it's cut down to 27 inches. It always has to be 2 inches less than the carpet or less than the stair runner, okay? So let's show you how to do the next one, and then pretty much it's rinse and repeat all the way up. Now this one I will show you with an electric staple gun, okay? So you get the idea. Just in case you're doing it one time for yourself, you're not an installer, and you don't want to spend the money on the dual fast just to put a couple staples in. We'll show you how to do it with the electric staple gun. Now, what do we say? 7 1/4. Let's go from the stringer side. 7 1/4. We're just going to double check over here. 7 1/4. Okay. So with the electric staple gun, we're going to do the same thing. We'll probably put a few more because the staples aren't as wide. And we're just going to go along the front every half an inch. Okay, so that it's really, 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 really down. And like I said before, you don't have to do this if you don't want. If you want and you feel better about it, you can put a few staples in just to hold it. But then again, we're going to take our sharp blade, use our hand as a guide, approximately 1 inch, all the way along. Here we go. Do, do, do. And let's pull it out and done. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 stairs. All right, now I'm going to finish all the way up, and let's show you how to do the landing next. Okay, so we've made it up to our landing. So let's center this now. Okay, now the important thing about the stair runner landing is that you center it to the bottom, which you can see, look at, I overlapped it there. I'm centered to the bottom, but you also want to center it to this top flight of stairs. So let's do that now. Okay, and so the best way that I've ever figured out how to do that is take your underpad for your upper stairs and center them first. Okay, because if you center them first, you'll know where the landing needs to be centered. So we're going to go from the wall here for the center, but let's find out where we are first. Let's go from this post. I think that's pretty safe, 5 inches. Let's pull that back, 4 3/4. 4 3/4, 4 3/4. So 4 3/4 from the outside wall. Like usually when we do the stairs, we'll measure from the outside wall all the way up. One wall, right? Let's always pick the solid wall, not the rail wall. So this is 4 3/4. And we can lock that down. We can cut our gap. We can do the same thing here. We said 4 3/4. Let's pull it into place and do 4 3/4. Let's lock that down. We're going to cut our 1 inch space at the back. Okay, so those 2 stairs are done. So now we're lined up on the top and on the bottom. Now we can center our stair runner. We can loop it over. Now we give you extra here, right? So have a look at this. All right, let's get that out of the way. This goes up and over, right? Just line this up like this. Look at it, push this into place, and look at that. This now lines up with this, and now look at this bottom one. This now lines up with this, okay? So we've done the pre, look at that, move that. Now this all lines up. It lines up with the bottom. Let's have a look. Lines up with the bottom, lines up with the top. Now you do want to measure around the outside and make sure your perimeter. Now you can see that the perimeter going up the stairs is thinner than the perimeter going down the stairs. That's okay. We want to make sure that the gap on this side is the same as the gap over here so that we're square all the way around, lined up with the top and lined up with the front, okay? We're looking pretty good. We double check, we double check, we double check, and then we staple it in, right? Measure at the front, 7 1/4. Measure at the back, 7. We're going to twist it out a little bit. Okay, looks good. And now we're just going to lock it into place. You don't need that many staples, right? Really, just at the front. Correct? Okay, sharp blade. Right. Take that off. Use more staples along here if you need, right? I'm a little uneven, so you might want to trim that up, right? Or staple it down. Okay, you might want to put a piece of tuck tape over that to make that really firm and really round. I don't have any tuck tape, unfortunately, for this video to show you. Now I'm just going to change my blade because you always want a sharp blade. Now with the other one at the other side, we're going to treat it as the same as we would if we were just doing the normal pad. Okay, we're going to cut that back because that's excess. And what you can do with this excess, you use this excess for your spacer after. When you watch the next video on how to install your stair runner, you're going to see that we cut a spacer out of this so you can space your carpet all the way up. So we're just doing the same thing, 1 inch back, using my knuckles as a guide on the riser. Cut that off, pull that up. There's our space for our staples. If you're using tack strip, you would just trace it along the tack strip. And that's it, my friends. We are done. Let's have a look. All right, our underpad is centered all the way up. We've got our 1-inch gap at the back on every stair so we can put our staples in. If you're using tack strips, that's where your tack strip goes. We've put our landing, we've centered our landing, and we've centered our landing to the top stairs going up. Now what this is going to do now that everything's centered, when you put your stair runner on here, now you're already going to be centered so you can use your underpad. Remember, your stair carpet is going to go 1 inch over this side and 1 inch over this side all the way around. So when you lay out your stair runner, you're already going to be a half ahead of the game and centered. So when we do our stair runner, we'll show you how to do that the easy way, and we'll show you how to make your spacer template. Okay, that's how you install underpad on a staircase for a stair runner before you get started. Remember, every stair runner that we sell, we give $10 donation to animals in need because we love animals. I'm Shannon with Direct Carpet. Take care. And if this is your first time here, don't forget to join the Stair Runner Pro Hub. Everything that you need is down in the description below.